their afternoons, their interactions with clients, and even the private moments of reflection at the end of the day. Prostitution has been present in human societies for thousands of years. In Rome, the earliest records suggest that it existed from the very beginnings of the city. Initially informal and largely unregulated, prostitution gradually became a recognized profession. By the middle of the Republic, prostitution was largely concentrated in public spaces, near marketplaces, city gates, and busy streets. Women who practiced prostitution were known as meretrices, while a lower status group was called scorte. The word meretrix literally meant one who earns, indicating the transactional nature of the work. Over time, brothels became institutionalized as lupanars, regulated by law and overseen by local magistrates. Lupanars were small establishments with stone or wooden beds, simple furniture, and limited privacy. These were places where clients could easily access services in a controlled environment. Even though prostitution became regulated, it remained socially stigmatized. Prostitutes were often excluded from full civic rights and were not considered respectable members of society. Many were slaves or freedwomen, though some were free-born. Despite this, their presence was widely acknowledged, both in daily life and in literature, art, and public records. The social status of Roman prostitutes was low. They occupied a position on the margins of society, legally tolerated but morally questioned. While they were legally allowed to work, they were excluded from many social privileges. Freeborn women who became prostitutes were considered immoral and faced social ostracism. Slaves and freed women who worked as prostitutes often had few options, making the profession a practical choice for survival. Elite women, such as the wives and daughters of senators or patricians, rarely interacted with prostitutes. In contrast, male clients spanned all levels of society, from poor laborers to wealthy merchants and politicians. This created a paradox. Prostitutes were socially marginalized, yet they interacted daily with men from all social classes. The lives of prostitutes were also shaped by the spaces they occupied. Many lived in the urban outskirts or in neighborhoods with other marginalized groups, maintaining a visible but socially separated existence. Their presence in the city was both accepted and segregated, highlighting the complex social dynamics of Rome. Roman law both permitted and regulated prostitution. While it was legal, there were strict rules in place. One such law, the Lex Julia de Adulteris, addressed adultery and morality, indirectly affecting prostitution. Prostitutes were required to register with local authorities, pay taxes, and in some cases, obtain official licenses. Those who worked outside the regulated system could face fines, social penalties, or even physical punishment. The law also dictated where prostitutes could operate, often restricting them to specific streets or lupanars. Public advertising was limited, and moral policing was common. The regulations ensured that while prostitution was tolerated, it did not disrupt social norms or threaten the moral order of the city. Even with these regulations, prostitutes often found ways to negotiate their work, balancing the legal restrictions with the demands of their clients. Law and daily life were intertwined, shaping both their economic opportunities and their personal freedom. Prostitution played an important economic role in Roman society. It provided income for women with limited options, and it contributed to urban commerce. Clients paid for services in money, goods, or occasionally gifts, creating a steady flow of income. Some prostitutes were able to accumulate wealth, rent homes, buy clothing, or invest in small businesses. High-status prostitutes, sometimes referred to as elite meretrices, could form relationships with powerful men or wealthy families, gaining influence and stability in exchange for companionship. The money earned by prostitutes often circulated through markets, shops, and local businesses, supporting the broader urban economy. In this way, prostitution was both a personal livelihood and an economic function of the city. The daily life of a Roman prostitute was structured and repetitive. Mornings were spent bathing, dressing, and preparing for clients. Attention to appearance was crucial, as beauty and presentation were central to attracting business. Afternoons might be quiet, spent socializing with peers, shopping, or resting. Some used this time to plan finances or maintain personal connections. The day was organized around the rhythms of the city, the availability of clients, and the regulations imposed by law. Evenings were often the busiest time, with clients visiting the lupanars or seeking out independent prostitutes. Interaction could range from simple conversation to intimate companionship, depending on the preferences of the client. Despite the repetition, these routines provided structure and a degree of stability in otherwise precarious lives. Even small personal rituals like preparing food, tending to a living space, or meeting a friend. Prostitutes appear frequently in Roman literature, theater, and visual art. Writers, playwrights, and poets often reference them, sometimes critically, sometimes humorously. They were part of the moral and social discourse of the time. The presence of prostitutes also influenced Roman social norms, particularly regarding morality, sexuality, and public behavior. Their regulated existence provided insight into the balance Rome sought between legality and social control. Though marginalized, their lives were deeply connected to the broader urban experience. They reflect the complexity of Roman society, where laws, economy, and culture intertwined, and where even the lives of the least privileged were part of the historical record. 65 to 70. Conclusion. The lives of Roman prostitutes were defined by law, economics, and social expectations. They occupied a marginalized position, but were indispensable to the urban economy and daily life of Rome. By exploring their routines, their interactions, and their societal role, we gain a window into the city itself. Ancient Rome was a place of order and hierarchy, of wealth and disparity, and of countless individual stories. Stories that are often hidden, yet vital to understanding history. Through their daily lives, we see the intersection of law, society, and economy, and we are reminded that history is not only shaped by emperors and generals, but also by ordinary individuals living quiet, structured, and often overlooked lives. Thank you for joining this slow, detailed exploration of Roman society and the lives of those who lived at its margins. Or even physical punishment. The law also dictated where prostitutes could operate, often restricting them to specific streets or lupanars. Public advertising was limited, and moral policing was common. The regulations ensured that while prostitution was tolerated, it did not disrupt social norms or threaten the moral order of the city. Even with these regulations, prostitutes often found ways to negotiate their work, balancing the legal restrictions with the demands of their clients. Law and daily life were intertwined, shaping both their economic opportunities and their personal freedom. prostitution played an important economic role in Roman society. It provided income for women with limited options, and it contributed to urban commerce. Clients paid for services in money, goods, or occasionally gifts, creating a steady flow of income. Some prostitutes were able to accumulate wealth, rent homes, buy clothing, or invest in small businesses. High-status prostitutes, sometimes referred to as elite meretrices, could form relationships with powerful men or wealthy families, gaining influence and stability in exchange for companionship. The money earned by prostitutes often circulated through markets, shops, and local businesses, supporting the broader urban economy. In this way, prostitution was both a personal livelihood and an economic function of the city. The daily life of a Roman prostitute was structured and repetitive. Mornings were spent bathing, dressing, and preparing for clients. Attention to appearance was crucial, as beauty and presentation were central to attracting business. Afternoons might be quiet, spent socializing with peers, shopping, or resting. Some used this time to plan finances or maintain personal connections. The day was organized around the rhythms of the city, the availability of clients, and the regulations imposed by law. Evenings were often the busiest time, with clients visiting the lupanars or seeking out independent prostitutes. Interaction could range from simple conversation to intimate companionship, depending on the preferences of the client. Despite the repetition, these routines provided structure and a degree of stability in otherwise precarious lives.